Hello, everyone, and welcome to my kitchen. As in today, we are making oatmeal cookies. Very simple, very easy, and very made up by Nestle on the back of the bag. I've actually memorized the recipe, and I'm just going to go through it with you because eventually, if you make these cookies enough, you will memorize it too. We have 2 eggs, a teaspoon of baking soda and vanilla each. I'm not sure how much oats we're going to put in because I'm going to make that up. And then 3/4 of brown sugar, 3/4 of white sugar, 3/4 cups, and 2 1/4 cup of flour, sifted. As we all watch the popcorn actresses portray life as insignificant, I'm just actually checking out the recipe on the back of this. This is actually a different recipe. There's a lot of different ways that you can make cookies. It gives it different textures, a little bit different flavors. So sometimes you'll actually notice that when you're making a cookie, you're like, well, why didn't it turn out the same as it did last time? I haven't done one of these videos in a while, have I? I figured that y'all needed some recipes. One, see, people get delusion when they live in the high life. And then when tragedy happens and things have been working, things don't work no more. 2, and that's called out of integrity. And without integrity, nothing works, even when you're in need of assistance. And 3. And even though it might occur to some of you as if I'm failing at life, I'm actually the one succeeding at life, and you're the ones that are failing. Because money has nothing to do with success. 2, 3. And so we've gotten so far away from reality that you literally ask questions that are so inappropriate and so grotesque that it makes us all sick. It's just that y'all are not well. Y'all are not strong enough to speak the truth, and that's the reality. So if you're not willing to speak the truth on my content, then you are actually very, very fucking weak. And that would be anyone who produces a piece of content that you in your mind thinks that is a dig at my content. Now you can see how weak they are and insecure. Oh, that's an amazing epiphany. See, what they like to do is try to portray things in an actor's way. So, for example, when Gwyneth Paltrow was at the courthouse and she was being sued for running that guy over, which was rightfully so, and he deserved a lot of money for what she did. She was playing a role like she was in a movie. And then the justice system fell for it. Because these people don't actually abide by laws. They abide by industry laws to look cool on platform. So that eye doctor would not have wasted his time suing someone if it wasn't really true, so that he could protect the next person that runs into Gwyneth Paltrow. However, all of it was perfectly planted in position so that we could uncover the justice system for what it actually is, for when it comes to Hollywood celebrities and how sick it is to watch all of you. Especially those of you who are, like, an example would be those of you who are supporting the villains and not really understanding what a villain is. And then the legacy media, which has always really been around, who has diminished humanity for ego bullshit. While you all go party and do COKE. How is someone like Paris Hilton, who does COKE, going to tell me how to live my life when she's got a silver spoon where her daddy pays for everything? She doesn't even have to worry about doing her own accounting. She hires people. And then she says, well, I want this. And he says, well, what do you need, honey? And then now we're listening to her complain that her Malibu house burned down. So I don't really care. She got how many other houses? And she's got one in Montana or LA. I don't know. I don't even know how that layout works, but it's just really gross. It's amazing that nobody wants to speak out against these people. However, now this is real life in their face, so this is going to be fun. I do apologize to the animals and the animals. We'll just go with that for now. I'm not ready to talk to the people. I don't really see anyone out in LA that's actually a good person. I don't see that. Sorry. I don't know, because you haven't respected me since the day I started producing content when I was trying to help your asses. And so this is what it looks like when somebody that you are having a conversation with, and they're like, I know what you did. I know what you commented in my comment section. And so now watch this. You're in trouble and I'm turning my back on you, just like you tried to turn your back on me. And I'm the American, and you tried to go Middle Eastern. So there you go. That's how sick you all are. American, a true American, they work. Americans work. They don't live in wishes like the Middle East. And then I just want to give a shout out to the family that I have. They're called the Oatman. One of our last names of generational, I would call it generational wealth, is the name Oatman. Those are California residents, as well as Ferris. My great grandmother was a Ferris. She was related to the guy who made the Ferris wheel, and then you stole his idea from capitalism, and that's called LA, which is exactly what you tried to do to my shit. However, you can't replicate this shit. And so you really are getting a taste of your own medicine, aren't you? This is going to be quite wonderful for me, I think. It's not revenge, it's just karma. So you thought all your whole life you were just going to get away with this shit? I don't fucking think so. Ooh, and then they all crying on camera. That shows you how weak they actually are. No, do I want to use pre-cooked? Let's do the other kind. I want to do the other kind because I know I've used both in a recipe. I just have more of these other kind. You like my apron? I made it. My apron. I made my apron, everybody. All right, we'll do 2 cups. And then I guess we'll put some raisins in here. You know, like California raisins, everybody. Hey, California raisins. That's awesome. I love California raisins. You know, grapes shrunken. Grapes that are shrunk.